Well, it was about this time last year when we first laid our eyes on Matty J and Ash Wicks stripping down to their budgie smugglers for a calendar. And the good news is the social media superstars are doing it again. It's the calendar. Did anyone ask for it? I'm not sure.
The two doting dads have donned the togs for their 2024 edition, but this time, well, it'll be 2025 edition, but this time with a farming twist. While it's all a bit of cheeky fun, the calendar does support a very special cause. And Matty J and Ash Wicks join us live. Thanks for being here, guys.
Howdy.
Good to see you. You're looking good there. I'm getting a really great angle here between. Can you guys maybe just drop your legs like that?
I cut these short.
I'm so distracted.
Before we came out here, and we cut them a little bit too short, so I want to apologise. We didn't want to be this revealing.
I did.
I wanted to be. I thought it was actually a skirt when I first saw you, but it's...
Yeah,
you cut the crotch.
I can't open my legs, but you're right, it is a skirt.
So we're not going to see a lot of clothes in the calendar, but what are we going to see? Cows milking. There's a bit of hose action as well. Is that right?
We went to a farm out in Dural, and we kind of just... We got our hands whatever was available. So there's goats, there's some ducklings. Ash milked a cow.
Daisy, shout out Daisy.
Daisy, who was watching the show, big fan. So yeah, lots of livestock.
Lots of lives. Are you a fan of Yellowstone? Are you kind of trying to channel the whole rip thing here?
That's exactly what we were trying to do. We thought, chore play was great, people loved it, but we wanted to just ramp up the raunchiness, and the only way to do that was to be cowboys.
Right.
Excellent. They do say the camera adds 10 pounds as well. So what do you guys do? Like when you're taking off clothes, how do you get in shape and ready for it?
Well, when we filmed it, there was young kids at this petting zoo, and we didn't really have time to think. We just kind of went for it. And then in the afternoon, there was a special group that popped along. A big fan of Ash's, actually. Retirement Village.
Yes.
Oh.
Is that true? Is that true, Ash?
Yeah.
You've been sitting there very silently, Ash.
I had just returned from a 3-week trip in Bali, actually. So I was bodied by Nasi Goreng, and I was very tan, and there was an elderly group that came through. We had an ambulance on call, just in case, but thankfully, everyone got home safely.
OK, so you say just back from Bali, that accounts for the tan. I suspect if I did a scrape test, there'd be some, fake tan coming off underneath my fingernails.
On me? I am all natural.
Can you confirm or deny?
I was completely natural.
Oh, you were not. Liar.
This year we didn't have a makeup artist. We just went for it. We thought a bit more rugged. Matt was in the middle of a running challenge, so he was shredded.
Right. OK.
And I was quite the opposite.
OK, so actually it's a bit of fun, but it's also for a really special cause. What's that?
It's for Rise Up. So they support domestic violence victims.
Yeah. So
all proceeds from all sales of the only 500 calendars that we have will go directly to them.
That's right, because you like to be a special limited edition, don't you?
We want to keep people wanting more. How much more? We're not quite sure. But
We'll keep going.
How much more have you got to reveal, apart from the obvious?
Well, people keep asking us, when are we going to start an OnlyFans? And it's only a matter of time.
TBC.
Yeah, pretty true. No one's asking for that.
Well, whilst there's charities out there in need of much-needed funds, Kylie, we'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. How's the podcast going? Apart from your calendar work, of course, you're really busy with the Two Doting Dads podcast. How's that trucking along?
It's been great. We always kind of pinch ourselves that this is a job.
Yeah.
It's just us having fun. But recently we clocked up 100th episode. So we've been together now... What is it? We had a 1 year, 6-month anniversary.
We did.
And we keep waiting for the honeymoon period to dip off, but it just keeps getting better and better and better. And I'm the luckiest podcast host in the country.
He's trying to woo me.
Oh, yeah, no, what's he doing? It
bromance
sounds like he hasn't been doing enough work or something. He's trying to get back in
he's been flat out. He's been flat out, but we'll find out what he really wants after this.
I get to sit across this every time I record. I mean, it's a dream come true.
Oh, fantastic. But speaking of podcast host, Matty, your wife, Laura, she's also a podcast host that has turned the podcast into a great FM radio show. Have you guys ever considered maybe making that switch over to FM?
They can't afford us. Also, they probably would be concerned that we'd get our clothes off too often.
Well, yeah, the thing about the podcast is that it's all pre-recorded. I don't know, this is the only environment... You're very brave for allowing us to be on here live. I don't know if we can be trusted doing...
If someone's quick on that censor button, I'm sure it'll be
Right,
okay.
okay. So what are you do you got more plans for 2025?
We haven't even figured it out yet.
Well, maybe I
Just
might...
part of the appeal, really.
I think
Yeah.
the big plan for me is to try and get my wife pregnant one last time.
Oh, wow.
Good luck.
I think...
Okay, well,
Thank you.
can I
Excuse
say, that skirt's going to make it a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
If that's what you're going for, because it's going to be like...
Well,
yes.
she's watching right now, so
Okay,
she just...
hi, Laura.
I can't wait to watch.
She cannot wait for me to come home. But I don't know. To be honest, we don't really have a grand plan. Things have just organically evolved, and here we are dressed as cowboys on the morning show, and we couldn't be happier.
Well, you really do.
Thank you.
Do it well.
They sure do. The 2025 Raunchy Ranch calendar, that's hard to say, with Matty, Jane, Ash Wicks is on sale now. We'll put the links on themorningshow.com.au. They like to keep the run small because that way they can say they've sold out.
Of course, of course.